Chapter 12, Section 2, 7, Lower Chalk. The absence of siliceous nodules and the superior hardness of the chalk distinguishes this deposit from that which lies above it. Its color is of a light gray, enclosing masses of pure white. It forms the low elevations at the foot of the downs, and as the situations it occupies are generally easy of access, a considerable number of quarries have been opened in different parts of its course. It is regularly stratified, the lines of separation being composed of a softer chalk, that in some places contains so great a proportion of argilla as to assume the appearance of marl. The latter also occurs in transverse and vertical veins, in which the remains of fishes are more frequent than in the more solid strata. The general inclination of the beds is towards the southeast, at an angle of from 5 degrees to 15 degrees. Their total thickness has not been determined, but is probably not less than 200 feet. A well sunk on the side of the hill near Glyndebourne passed through 120 feet of the lower chalk only. The lowermost beds were of a deeper gray than the upper, but presented no other material variation. The cliffs that extend from near Beachy Head to South Bourne expose this bed at their base and afford considerable facility for its investigation. Near Lewes, the lower chalk occurs in the quarries at the foot of Malling Hill, Sutherham, Glyndebourne, Swanborough, Plumpton, etc., and in other parts of the county along the northern edge of the downs, reposing immediately on the grey chalk marl. The quarry at Sutherham, see Tablet 2, Figure 3, and Tablet 7, is remarkable for the inclination and direction of its beds. It is situated on the east side of the road, on the southwestern extremity of Cliff Hills. It is about 30 feet high, and contains from 8 to 10 layers of chalk, the latter varying in thickness from 1 to 8 feet, being separated from each other by intervening seams of friable chalk marl. These exhibit decided proofs of having suffered considerable displacement. They are inclined obliquely towards the north, at an angle of from 20 degrees to 30 degrees, their planes being depressed towards the west. Northward from this spot, at the distance of about 300 yards, the upper chalk is exposed in the pit of Mr. Hillman in South Street, and here the strata are horizontal. The hill in which both these quarries occur presents a smooth, unbroken outline, conveying no indication of the changes that have taken place beneath its surface. Hence we may infer that the displacement of the strata was antecedent to those revolutions, of which the present form of the country affords such unequivocal evidence. Minerals. Sulphuret of iron is the only metallic substance that occurs in the lower chalk, and of this mineral some elegant crystals of a reddish or yellowish-brown color have been discovered in the quarries at the foot of Malling Hill. Tablet 16, Figure 11, represents the usual form of the specimens. It consists of 9 or 10 quadrangular columns, formed of octahedrons piled upon each other. These proceed from one common center, and each terminates in a quadrangular pyramid. The lower chalk, near Beachy Head, contains small cylindrical masses of pyrites of a steel-gray color that possess a very brilliant luster. Their surface is generally invested with pyramidal crystals, having their solid angles replaced by quadrangular planes. Green sand. 2. Green sandstone. Small portions of this substance, evidently of the same nature as the chlorite sand, have been discovered in the chalk at Sotherham. Organic remains. These correspond in most instances with the fossils of the upper division, but as they are comparatively of rare occurrence, it will be more convenient to include them in the general description of the organic remains of the chalk. We shall therefore confine ourselves in this place to an enumeration of those which occur in the lower chalk of Sussex. 1. Wood, very rare. 2. Supposed July of the larch. 3. Ventriculates radiatus. The remains of this zoophyte are very rare in the lower chalk, and generally consist of the stirps only. 4. Ventriculites alcyonides. Rare. 5. Coenites sobrotundus. 6. Apiocrinites ellipticus. 7. Conulus albogalaris. 8. Cirrus depressus. 9. Cirrus perspectivus. 10. Cirrus granulatus. 11. Ammonites varians, very rare. 12. Ammonites vulgari. 13. Ammonites catinus. 14. Ammonites rusticus. 15. Ammonites luisensis. 16. Belemnite. 17. Plagiostomi hoperi. 18. Austria. 19. Terebratula subrotunda. 20. Terebratula ovata. 21. Terebratula undata. 22. Inoceramis's mytiloides. 23. Inoceramis's websteri. 24. Inoceramis's striatus. 25. Inoceramis's latus. 26. Astacus lychee. 27. Squalus cornubicus, the teeth of. 28. Squalus mustellus. 29. Squalus zygena. 30. Bellistes, fins or radii of. 31. Diodon, molar teeth of. 32. Zeus lewisiensis. 33. Marana lewisiensis. 34. Salmo lewisiensis. 35. Amia lewisiensis. Each terminates in a quadrangular pyramid. Similar specimens have been discovered by Mr. William Phillips in the lower chalk at Dover. See Geological Transactions, Volume 5, page 37. Those marked thus with an asterisk have not been discovered in any other deposit.